Dr. Patel runs to the bridge. His instruments are going nuts because these scans are, like, looking at the molecular level. And they lock onto something.
The microbiome, all those trillions of bacteria and viruses and fungi living inside us.
Yeah, our internal ecosystem.
Yeah.
Something we're still, figuring out ourselves. And that's what these advanced aliens are obsessed with. Why?
It does make you stop and think, why focus on that? What could possibly be so critical about gut bacteria to a starfaring race?
Well, the Vulgarians don't keep them guessing. Admiral Zakathar gets on the comms, universal translator working overtime, and basically says, this whole symbiotic thing we have going on.
Just inner world.
It's totally alien to them. They didn't think it was even possible.
Which is just, wow. And then comes the offer.
Instantly. Knowledge exchange. They're tech for our biology.
Advanced tech, presumably. But Commander Murray, she's sharp, keeps her cool, suggests they meet face-to-face.
A bold move, really, stepping into the unknown like that.
Absolutely pivotal. So the Vulgarian delegation arrives. Admiral Zakathar, Chief Xenobiologist Menvret.
And Menvret is practically vibrating with excitement about the microbiome.
Totally fascinated. And Defense Minister Arktal is there, too, looking maybe a bit more stern.
Then Menvret drops the bombshell. The Vulgarians got rid of their own microbiome.
Eliminated it ages ago, maybe millennia in our terms. 10,000 of their cycles.
Because they thought it was evolutionary perfection, getting rid of it.
Exactly, a biological dead end, they figured. Shedding those microbes was, to them, progress.
Which is stunning because we now know how vital it is. Imagine Dr. Patel hearing that.
Utter disbelief, I guess. He starts explaining, the crucial role it plays in immunity, digestion, everything.
But Arktal, the defense minister, he cuts right to their fear, disease, pathogens, the risks.
A valid concern on the surface. And Patel has to be honest, right? He acknowledges there are risks, but stresses the overall harmony, the co-evolution.
So Murray, seeing this intense focus, just asks directly, why are you really so interested in our microbes?
And there's this silence. You can just picture it. A nonverbal thing passes between the Vulgarans.
Then Zakathar admits it. Their civilization is dying.
Because they removed their microbiome. The unforeseen consequences.
They're facing extinction. And their last hope, their desperate gamble across space, is that our biology holds the key.
Menvret confirms how dire it is, and then the quid pro quo becomes crystal clear. Faster than light travel. FTL tech. For understanding symbiosis.
Humanity's dream, right there on the table.
Oh!
The implications are just massive.
It completely flips the script on first contact, doesn't it?
Right.
Suddenly we hold something they desperately need, something biological, not technological.
But it's not quite that simple. Officer Woods, back on the Dauntless, he's noticing things.
Anomalies.
Yeah. Big encrypted data bursts from the Vulgarian ship. Weird sensor readings inside their vessel too. Population counts fluctuating. Massive energy spikes. Like huge medical gear running constantly.
Something's not adding up with the official story.
It starts to feel a bit more worrying. Less wonder, more concern.
And then Menvret, the xenobiologist, has a quiet word with Dr. Patel. Off the record.
What does she say?
Confirmed it. The Vulgarian population is crashing hard, and the leadership is terrified of admitting how bad it is, showing weakness,
Wow. So back on Earth, Command is cautious, but FTL, that gets attention. They dispatch the science vessel Horizon.
Top experts on board. Meanwhile, Patel's analyzing the Vulgarian biological data they did share.
And it's bad news.
It's grim. The genetic engineering, the microbiome removal, it caused a cascade. Weakened immune systems, chronic digestive failure, plummeting fertility.
How bad was the fertility drop?
80%. An 80% decline in birth rate over their last century. They're looking at extinction within maybe 500 years.
So Murray gets this full picture. Desperation, potential extinction. She tells her security chief, Miller, get contingency plans ready, just in case.
You have to, right? A desperate civilization with advanced tech, that's a volatile mix. The stakes are incredibly high as the Vulgarians prepare to come back aboard the Dauntless.
And this time, Murray doesn't hold back. She confronts Zakathar directly about the inconsistencies, the real situation.
Does he try to deny it?
He tries, for a moment. Diplomatic front. But the weight of it, it's too much. He finally admits everything. The extinction clock, their total reliance on finding answers in human biology.
So, honesty, finally. And they agree to start sharing preliminary info. A fragile beginning.
A very fragile beginning. But then, Arktal, the defense minister, pulls Murray aside. A private warning.
About what?
Factions back home. Military hardliners who don't like this diplomacy stuff, they'd rather take what they need.
Oh, great. Just what they needed.
And right on cue, almost. A third Vulgarian ship decloaks nearby. Stealth tech. And it looks heavily armed.
Okay, so things just went from tense to potentially explosive.
You bet. The main Vulgarian ship instantly throws up shields, cuts comms, silent.
And the new ship.
Identified as the Enforcer, a Vulgarian warship, and it's heading straight for them, locking on.
So it's not just first contact anymore. It's potentially a Vulgarian civil war spilling over, with the Dauntless caught in the middle.
Exactly. And then Zakathar manages to get a message through, a warning. The Enforcer is commanded by war leader PK Lore.
The military hardliner Arctol warned about.
The very same. He sees Zakathar's diplomacy as weak. He's here to take the biological solution by force.
This is bad, really bad.
And then the Enforcer opens fire.
At the Dauntless?
No, at Zakathar's ship. A direct attack on their own delegation. But the Dauntless gets hit by splash damage, rocked hard.
Caught in the crossfire. Okay, what does Murray do?
Thinks fast. Proposes a three-way comm channel. A desperate attempt to de-escalate, get everyone talking.
A virtual summit, basically, with warships pointing at each other.
Very much. And you get this immediate clash. PK Lore's all bluster. We take what we need. Zakathar is weak.
How does Zakathar respond?
He counters with authority the High Council authorized diplomacy. And pragmatism. Saving some of their people through cooperation is better than total war and likely annihilation.
Yeah.
Then Murray steps in. Reminds PK Lore very pointedly that attacking the Dauntless means dealing with Earth later. Not a good prospect.
We're on the long game. Smart.
But she also appeals to his self-interest. Short-term gain by force versus long-term survival through understanding and collaboration.
Does it work on a hardliner like that?
Surprisingly,
well,
yes, reluctantly. PK Lore agrees to join the talks. He's still suspicious, but he agrees to listen.
And just then,
the Horizon arrives. Earth's science vessel. Perfect timing. Reinforcements, but also brain power.
Right. And Dr. Susan Harris from the Horizon, she presents simulations. It is possible to reintroduce the microbiome.
But there's a catch.
Yeah. High initial rejection rates, the Vulgarian immune systems might fight it off. It's risky.
But then PK Lore reveals something. His military scientists, they've been working on their own angle.
Which is?
Synthetic microbial substitutes.
Yeah.
Genetically engineered for their soldiers. A faster, maybe less stable fix.
Interesting. Two different approaches to the same problem.
And here's where Dr. Harris and Dr. Patel have a breakthrough idea. Combine them. Use the military synthetic microbes as a bridge, a transitional phase. Get the Vulgarian bodies accustomed, sort of prime the system before introducing the more complex natural microbiome.
That's actually really clever. A phased approach. Does it work? Does it bring the factions together?
For the first time, yes. A flicker of unity. Born from sheer necessity, probably, but it's there. Zakathar and PK Lore both see the potential.
So negotiations start in earnest, hammering out the details.
Intense negotiations. Earth provides the science, the expertise for this massive biological undertaking.
And the Vulgarians, what's their end of the bargain?
They share the FTL technology, game changer for humanity. And they offer protection for future human colonies out in deep space.
Wow. So a preliminary agreement gets drafted, history being made right there in Epsilon Eridani.
Absolutely. A document outlining this completely unexpected alliance.
So as the Vulgarians leave, that final conversation between Zakathar and Murray must have been something.
Yeah. Reflecting on how close they came to disaster, and now this fragile hope forged in crisis.
Did Zakathar say anything memorable?
He did. Shared an old Vulgarian saying, "In the void between stars, hope takes unexpected forms."
That fits perfectly. Utterly unexpected.
Okay, let's jump forward. 6 months later.
What's happening?
The payoff. The Earth ship Stellar Horizon is commissioned. Humanity's first FTL vessel. Built with Vulgarian tech.
A tangible symbol of that cooperation? Incredible.
And we see Patel and Murray talking. The Vulgarian reintroduction program. It's working.
The combined approach, synthetics first, then natural.
Better than expected, actually. The Vulgarians, despite everything, are proving resilient. Life finds a way, I guess. Even alien life.
It's amazing how it turned around. From potential war to this partnership, mutual benefit. Neither side could likely have achieved this alone.
Exactly. Survival for them, the stars for us.
So the deep dive ends with the Stellar Horizon.
It ends with the Stellar Horizon powering up its FTL drive for the first time. Destination, Alpha Centauri. Murray's on the bridge, thinking about the vastness out there.
All the possibilities.
Yeah. All stemming from that one bizarre scan. That beyond belief moment, focused on something as small, yet as vital, as life within us.
Makes you think, doesn't it? If this is what the first major contact revealed, What other wonders, what other unexpected forms of hope or challenge are waiting out there in the dark?
What else is hiding in plain sight, or even inside us that we haven't fully understood yet? A question for another time, perhaps.